Welcome back to New Record Day. My name is Ron, and today we are doing a review of the Anthony Gallo Strada 2s and TR3 Subwoofer. And folks, these speakers are absolutely incredible. Anthony Gallo became hooked on loudspeaker design at the age of 13, and by 14 was already experimenting with electrostatics. While he loved the transparency and purity of these designs, he felt the dynamics department was missing the boat. Fast forward to a magazine article in the 80s about piezo film, and the rest we call it is history. That's right, folks, this was the birth of the Anthony Gallo tweeter, also known as CDT, short for Cylindrical Diaphragm Transducer. For anyone that has been following New Record Day, you already know my weapon of choice for speakers is the Anthony Gallo Reference 3.1s. I have owned these speakers for years and thoroughly enjoy them, so knocking on the door of Gallo Acoustics and requesting a review was nothing short of a dream come true. After a couple of emails back and forth with William Freed about reviewing the Reference 3.5 loudspeakers, I learned that they have been discontinued and plans for a reference replacement are underway. So we approached this from a different angle and decided to go with a pair of Anthony Gallo Strada 2s and a TR3 Subwoofer. These speakers have always been of interest to me, and many users have replaced their 3.1s for the updated Strada 2s and feel they're a better option across the board. The Reference Strada 2 is an award-winning compact loudspeaker that steals the similar DNA and approach of the 3.5's top end, but makes things interesting as there is no woofer downtown for bass duty. Instead, this is a speaker that can be placed in a number of locations, making it a better choice for home theater use or rooms that simply don't have the luxury of traditional loudspeaker placement. That's right, these guys can be mounted on the walls, placed on a bookshelf, or used with the optional stands, as I'll be reviewing. Rated at 8 ohms and a sensitivity of 90 decibels, these guys are much easier to drive than my own 3.1s and give them a clear advantage for those that don't have a powerhouse of an amplifier. According to the Anthony Gallo site, the minimum suggested power is 10 watts RMS, and while I think that's a bit conservative, it does give you an idea of where to start for those considering the Strada 2s. Completing the package, the Strada has two 4-inch dynamic hyperbolic carbon fiber drivers which are optimized to integrate with the CDT3 tweeter without the need of a crossover. Keeping the design uniform to past reference lineups, they are housed in a brushed stainless steel or all-black spheres with a black frame. On the backside, you are greeted with 5-way gold-plated binding posts that are developed specifically for Anthony Gallo Acoustics. Bottom line, folks, fit and finish on these speakers are incredible. While the speakers sent to me were absolutely gorgeous, the floor stands did present some minor challenges. However, after email correspondence with Bill, everything was taken care of and you shouldn't have any issues. One other thing worth noting about the stands is if you are using speaker cables with banana plugs, you will need to be creative like I was and turn the speaker upside down in order to make them work. There is just not enough room otherwise. If you happen to have bare wire or spades, you should be just fine. Alright, enough small talk. Let's get to the good stuff. The first thing I decided to do was get to know the Stratas by themselves, and keeping the sub out of the mix felt like the right thing to do. Tossing on Eric Clapton's Unplugged, I was greeted with the classic Gallo sound. To be more specific, these things simply spanked my 3.1s in terms of top-end resolution, clarity, and detail. Not even close, folks. I would dare say this is the best I have ever heard, and I'd be curious to know how this top end stacks up against any speaker at any price. Mid-range was just as impressive as treble, and I can't help but declare this continued my love for the Gallo sound. Fast, resolving, clear as a bell, and detailed as it gets. You want to hear what the Dictionary of New Record Day defines as high fidelity? This is it, folks. Acoustic guitars and percussion have laser line edges around each note and pop with perfect tone and clarity. Vocals are presented with authority and cut through any mix, making it easy to hear lyrical content whether I was listening to a laid-back solo or full-blown rock arena. Now, before I get too gushy, I will come back down to planet Earth and remind you that the Strada 2s are not a full-range speaker, and while there is more detail in the mid-range than I could possibly ask for, I would also say that there are times when things sounded just a little bit thin below that mid-range belt line. Comparing them with the previously reviewed LGKs, the LGKs do come across a little warmer and a little bit more meat on the bones. Comparing the Stratas to the previously reviewed CS2Ps, I didn't notice the Stratas being material dependent and feel quite comfortable suggesting them to anyone who prefers a more detailed sounding speaker.
Where things get really interesting is when we travel south to Basetown, and while I think the Strada 2s might suit some listeners being corner-loaded or back against a wall in a smaller room, I don't think I could live with these guys without the help of a sub. Bass on the Strada 2s drop off pretty early, and I have a hard time trying to pretend that what is claimed on paper of a frequency response as low as 68 Hz translates to what I actually heard. So if you're looking for a full-range solution, I'm sorry, but a subwoofer is going to be required. Soundstage on the Strada is without a doubt its playground, and I can't explain it well enough to do them justice. While having them back against a wall within about a foot will give good results, I found that bringing them further into the room and towing them just a little bit gave way to a totally different listening experience. Holographic, three-dimensional, and imaging that most speakers would kill for are the way that I would describe the sound of these little speakers. Incredible. The TR3 Sub uses a Class D amp running 300 watts into a 10-inch long-throw ceramic anodized aluminum cone. Frequency response on the Gallo site rates a sub plus a negative 3 decibel points from 18 Hz to 180 Hz. The sub looks something like a Darth Vader cannon of power, black trash can, or wait a second, the latest Mac Pro. Either way, I like how it looks, and if I know anything about Anthony Gallo, there is a good reason for the design, and I'm not smart enough to argue with that dude. Getting the sub dialed in was a challenge. On the back, you have a lot of ground to cover, including a crossover dial, crossover bypass, phase, selectable bass boost options, power toggles, and level control. You also have the option of using RCA line level and high level speaker connections. After playing around for a while, I settled on 1 o'clock for the crossover, phase at 0, bass boost at 0, and the level just shy of noon. No, I didn't lose my mind, and I'm not going crazy here, folks. This is what is known as the bass crawl. The idea is to place a sub as close to the listening position as possible and crawl around the room to find the best options for placement. What you're listening for is not the most bass, but the most accurate bass, meaning, can you hear each note clearly without boominess or exaggeration? If so, mark the spot and look for other options while you're down there. Now, my wife Sarah has come home to find me doing this on more than one occasion. I suggest you start thinking of some good excuses now to save you from the awkward conversation that is bound to happen, my friends. It came to no surprise that with the sub engaged, everything I heard before with the Strada 2s was elevated, and while I'd still consider the mid-bass a couple steps on the shallow side of the swimming pool, the TR3 certainly filled in a lot of the gaps and empty crevices, making this package sound more like a full-range system that would please just about anyone. Bass on the TR3 was good, but not mind-blowing or jaw-dropping. Localizing the sub in my room was easier than I would have liked, but your results will vary, so don't take this as a negative toward the system. As a complete package, I believe the Strada 2s and TR3 Subwoofer could be one of the better options on the market, especially if you're using them for more than just music. Home theater enthusiasts that want a system to double duty for tunes and movies should look no further. So are the Strada 2s enough to make me hand in the keys of my old 3.1s? Not quite, but there were many times when I certainly considered it. Bottom line, folks, if you don't mind putting in the time to get that sub dialed in or want to consider maybe even a second subwoofer to even out the playing field, this may be the ultimate package for you.
Well, folks, there you have it. I'd like to take the time to thank William Freed from Anthony Gallo for sending out the Strada 2s and the TR3 Subwoofer. We definitely appreciate it. What's up next with Anthony Gallo? I would love to find out. What is going to be the next speaker that replaces the 3.5? That is a speaker that I would love to get my hands on and do a review for. Thank you so much for stopping by. We definitely appreciate it. Leave us the comments, send us the emails. You guys know the drill. Peace. Take care. It's probably for you, babe.
Oh. Hello?
No, babe, the phone. The phone.
Oh. Hello?
Yeah, this is Anthony Gallo.
Oh, hold on. Honey, it's Anthony Gallo.
We see it. Hello?
Ron, Anthony Gallo.
Hey, Anthony! My man, what's up?
I sent you some stickers.
Yeah?
Yes, Strada 2s.
Yeah, hold. He's gonna send us some speakers.
Wow.
Yeah? Well, what are you gonna?
Strada 2.
The Strata 2s. Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
I already sent them to you, Ron.
Oh. Oh, you already sent them?
Yes, you're holding them.
I have it in my hands right now.
Yes, like a phone.
I'm talking to you as if it's a phone.
Yes, like a phone. Now you look like an idiot.
I look like an idiot.
Now you are.
Oh, I am an idiot.
Yes.
Okay. Can I still do the review?
I'm guessing. Just stop looking like a dude.
Okay. Okay.
Quit using superlatives.
All right.
Bye, Ron.
Okay, man. Well, I'll talk to you later. I love you.
Did you just say that you love me?
No, I didn't say that I loved you. I was talking to Sarah, and I was talking to the dog. I just was saying.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Bye, Ron.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to this. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Ron.
All right.
Bye, Ron.
Okay. Bye. Bye. But I do love you. I love you.